Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a fully automated real estate lead gen system that scrapes high-intent property listings specifically from a platform called Zillow, finds the broker's name's email, and reaches out to them automatically. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have the project scope in front of me right here. And usually I don't work with companies unless they are enterprise level B2B. But this client is a friend of mine. So I figured, why not? Let me just build this campaign for them. And why not just record a video and show the entire world how I do it? So the project scope is building a real estate lead generation campaign, right? And my client's offer is generating high intent buyer leads for real estate professionals, such as agents, brokers, investors, using targeted outbound campaigns. Our target audience is going to be real estate agents, brokers. Why? Because they need pre-qualified buyers for listings. The offer is basically one of the best offers that I've seen in my life, right? And I know it's going to land just because it is specifically for agents and brokers, and it delivers pre-screened serious buyers ready to move forward. No upfront costs, pay per qualified lead. So my client already has ready, like buyers that are ready. So he typically gets like the average deal size, probably like 50K or 60K. So I'm not really sure. I don't want to butcher that, but in terms of the tone and messaging style, it's going to be Spartan, direct, no fluff, straight focused, results focused. So we're going to highlight the outcomes, meaning more deals, better margins. We're just going to speak the industry lingo of the real estate space. Casual yet authoritative, like an industry insider who knows what works. I would always recommend you guys, whenever you tap into a niche as a sales and agency owner, make sure your personalization, your messaging, your tone, always make sure that you talk like you've been working with like 1,000 company in their niche. And it's also going to be urgency driven. So we're going to push the costs of inaction, such as missed deals, competitors winner. The lingo and keywords to use are going to be pre-qualified buyers, high intent leads, exclusive off market deals, motivated sellers, zero upfront costs, pay per results, increased deal velocity. Now, these are all brand research that you're going to do whenever you start a project, and it's going to help you, like ChatGPT is going to help you do like 90% of this. And prompts are the way to help you generate all this brand research. So we have like a full prompt library in our community, curated text, so anyone can just go ahead and perform like their research whenever they want to start a campaign. Anyway, so now how do we actually get this data? Like, how do I translate this into an actual system? So all I have to do is I'm going to go to my execution plan. Now, the idea here, now I want to scrape a platform. Now, just on top of my head, I want to scrape Zillow, and it's going to be either Zillow or Redfin. But, for ease of use and sanity, I'm just going to scrape Zillow. So scrape Zillow. And then typically when you scrape Zillow or any of these platforms that are kind of like B2C, or like they don't have the required data for you to start a campaign, such as the full name, last name, sometimes their email address, etc., etc. You're gonna have to use other platforms to enrich that data, right? And the way we're gonna enrich that data is by basically checking if there's a full name, right? So we're going to scrape that data from Zillow. So we're going to check if there's any broker name or like real estate agency name, enrich and find emails. And then what else? Then we're going to have to basically clean the company names, obviously, because if you don't clean the company names, what are you doing? So we're going to clean up the company names, clean company names. And then typically when you scrape Zillow, just on top of my head, because I've scraped Zillow before, you're going to get an address. Maybe you're going to get the broker name. We're going to have to see. And then you're going to use that broker name, feed it to an email finder, such as either an email finder or like Hunter or whatever platform you're using, find the email, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then if the email is found, then we're going to clean the company, and then we're going to use that data scrape off Zillow, which is basically going to be the address and first name, last name that we're going to enrich using their email. And then we're just going to generate a highly personalized email using my technique, which is the dream email technique. And if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the dream email technique, just go watch the other videos and you're going to understand. So dream email generated. Okay, so basically this is the project scope. I try to make it extremely straightforward and simple just because it's better that way. I would encourage you guys, whenever you scope a project for a client, always make sure it's simple. Do not try to complicate things. Just make it extremely streamlined and very, very basic, right? And then obviously it's not going to be basic because sometimes when you scope it, you're going to find that you're going to need like 30 other platforms, right? But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started with this. So all I have to do now is I'm going to go to Apify, and then I'm going to look for this platform right here. It's called Zillow. So I was playing with it earlier, and I'm going to show you guys the run. So when I ran this, basically, I have Zillow Search Scraper. So this is the one. So all you have to do, or what I've done, is I went to Store, and I looked for Zillow. And the first one is going to come up is going to be this one. I believe it's this one. Let me check this. I think it's this one by this guy, Maximilian. Actually, no, not this one. I lied. I believe Zillow Search Scraper. Yeah, it's the one. Zillow Search Scraper. Okay, my bad. So Zillow Search Scraper. And then I have a run here, and I managed to scrape 1,300 leads. So here's the data. So you're going to get the address, you're going to get the home information, the details, the price, the status, the broker name. So as you guys can see here, sometimes the broker name exists, sometimes it doesn't exist, right? And then all we have to do now is basically, if I click on this URL here, I can go to the exact listing. So there's the house here. So that's a nice house. Yeah. So the way you're going to scrape this data, guys, is you're going to go to Zillow.com, and then you're just going to use their parameters. So let's say you want to scrape houses or whatever, like lots, apartments, condos in whatever city you want, California, New York, whatever. So once you perform your search, you're just going to copy this URL, and then you go back to your scraper, and then you're just going to paste in this URL. And then in terms of this items extraction method, just leave that empty, okay? And then for the run options, make sure it's no time and click on start. So now I already done this, so I'm just gonna use the run that I have. I'm just gonna use this. So as you guys can see, once you scrape, you're gonna have this data, right? And then all you have to do is you're gonna go to storage, and then you're gonna copy this dataset ID, and then I'm gonna go to make.com. So I'm going to go to make.com, and then we're going to create a new scenario. And this system is going to take us like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to build. It's pretty easy. You can do it. Anyone can do it. I mean, it's very easy, right? Okay, so I'm going to look for Apify, and then I'm going to go to get dataset items, right? And then if you don't know what Apify is and how to set up your connection. So Apify is a platform where you can scrape data, okay? And then the way you're going to basically set up your connection is you're going to click on this add button. And then all you have to do is you're going to go to settings, and then you're going to go to API integration, and you're just going to copy this personal API tokens. So just copy this, paste that in here, and then you can name this whatever you want. So Apify, SOD, listings, real estate. And then you're going to click save. And then basically you're going to go to dataset ID, and the dataset ID is going to paste in the data that you just scraped. So if I go back to my actors, so this is the one, Zillow, and then I keep mistaking this with Willow. And then you're going to go to storage, you're going to copy this. So the storage is basically where the data is stored. So storage size, 1.1 megabyte. And then dataset ID, you're just going to copy this, kind of like the RAM of the scraper, if that makes sense. And then all I have to do is I'm going to copy and paste this here. In terms of the limits, just put 1. The limits is basically, let me explain to you guys what the limit is. So the limit is basically how many records you want to retrieve. So if I want to retrieve 1, I'm just going to put 1. In terms of the offset, so the number of items to skip. So let's say, for example, I will basically click save and click run once. I will retrieve just 1 data. So this is the first data. Now, if I want to retrieve 2, so I can just type into But Offset just going to skip the first one. So it's going to skip the first one. So instead of rerunning the entire thing from start, I can just retrieve based on the last one. So it's going to get the second one, right? Instead of getting this two records, right? So I hope this makes sense. So I'm just going to get the first one. It's going to be 1. And then here's the data that we got. So we got the raw home status, marketing status for agent. We have the has image true. But I'm interested in is the address city, and then what do I need? I also need the broker name. So since I have the broker name, basically I can feed it into a platform to find emails. Now, the best platform to find emails just based on their company name is going to be AnyMailFinder. So AnyMailFinder is the GOAT when it comes to finding emails. You only pay for verified emails. So if you pay, basically you pay them like $40 a month. Instead of just wasting your credits on not found emails, they're only going to charge you or like charge your 1 credit per found verified email instead of other platforms. Other platforms, they're going to try to find emails, they're going to waste your credits. So now, once you buy that and you give them your money, you're going to go to API. And then basically I have to log in. So let me just log into my account. Okay, so I just logged into my account, and all I have to do is basically expose my API key for the entire internet to see. And don't run me a big credit card bill because I'll sue you. Kidding. So all I have to do is I'm gonna go to this plus button right here, look for AnyMailFinder, and then you're gonna look for search for a company's email, right? So they're gonna try the person's email, and then all you have to do is look for search by, and then now you're gonna click on add and basically paste in your API key, and then name this again whatever you want. So listings YouTube, and click save, and then I'm going to click on search by, and it's going to be by company name since we don't have the domain. So now I'm just going to map in the company name, which is the broker name. And before I do that, I'm just going to plug in my charger really quick because I don't want to blow up. Okay, so now that we're not going to blow up, I'm just going to click on run once, and then boom, I just found the email. So success equals true. Success, we found a bunch of emails. Now, we found a bunch of emails just because obviously, we don't have the decision maker. So how do we get the decision maker? I'm going to show you guys how to get the decision maker. So essentially, all I have to do is basically get one of these and just take in the first name. So let me show you how. Since we have the email, so 90% of the job is done, what we want is we want to clean up the company name. So I'm going to use Perplexity. So create a completion. And then all I have to do is I'm going to go to model is going to be Sonar Pro, add message. Role is going to be user. And all I have to do is I'm just going to use my 7-figure prompt that I have here. And I'm just going to copy this, paste this here. And the name is going to be the name, which is the company name. And then the domain is going to be the domain here, which is really annoying. Now I have to use a split formula. So I'm just going to split based on an at. So we're splitting based on an at. And then we're getting the second one. Okay, so the second one. And then I'm just going to delete this. And then pretty much that's it. Yeah. Tokens is going to be 750. Click save. Now I'm cleaning the company name. I'm just going to name this clean company name. Clean company name. Okay. So now, since I'm going to clean the company, I need to check if the email exists. So I'm going to add a condition here. So only if the emails are, one of them exists. So if email exists. Okay. So this is going to be find email. It's going to be get data. And then click save. And then all I have to do now is generate an email and add to instantly. Okay, so all I have to do is I'm going to generate an email using my dream email formula. So I'm going to go to set variable. And then I already have the copy ready. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. So here's the copy that we're going to be using. This is very personalized. So just to give you an overview of what a dream email is basically we write a perfect email for our ideal customer. And then all we have to do is turn that into a template. And we fill that template with data that we just scraped. Right? So this is why most lead gen agencies suck. And this is how I've managed to basically crush my competition and make 80K a month as a sales team agency owner, as a one-man agency, whatever you want to call it, is because of the high quality one-on-one emails that I use. And I think no one in the internet actually does this constrained variable dream email formula that I use. So companies or lead gen agencies, they only use variables such as company name or job title if like they're really good. So what we have here is we have a bunch of data. We have address, we have first name, we have last name, we have company name, we have a bunch of variables. It could be, their website scrape data. And basically you just use this scrape data and then you just fill the email with those constrained variables. So it's pretty easy, but no one does them. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to type in, hey. Now, how do I get the first name? Now, this is what pisses me off. All I have to do now is I'm going to go to the emails. So I'm going to go to emails. And where's the email? Okay, so find email. And then all I have to do is basically for this guy, so I have MT, and the other email is basically the first name, last name. Now it's all right. I'm just gonna split this based on an at, and then I'm gonna get the first one, and again I have to split that based on a point, and then I have to capitalize this. So capitalize and then add another one. And then I'm just going to click save. And the first record, I'm just going to skip the first record. And then I'm just going to use 3 limits. And I'm just going to save this. And let me just run this. Okay. So found the email, clean the company name. Let's just read through this. So hey Mary.page. Okay, there's an issue. Let me fix this. Okay. So the first name, what is the first name? So operation. Okay. So the address that we have. So operation 1, results, emails. Okay, Mary.page. Okay, I know why. So we're let me try it again. So split the email, which is the email right here, based on an at. So we're splitting based on an at. So we're splitting this based on an at. And I want to get the first one. So it's going to be 1. So get the first one. And so since I'm going to get the first one, I need to again split based on a point, right? And then get, oh yeah, we forgot the get, and get's the first one. Yeah. So we're going to get the Mary. So Mary. Let me get 1 and then capital. Oh, wait. Yeah, capitalize. And then all I have to do is add 2 close brackets. Perfect. And let me just save this and then let me run once again. Okay. So we're cleaning the company name. And then let's read through this. So, hey, Mary. Perfect. Sorry for reaching out of the blue, but came across the condo for sale at 938 S. Clutter Creed, RD54. Looks like a great opportunity, so figured I'd reach out. How about I connect you with serious buyers by re-engaging past inquiries and generate fresh leads without any upfront costs? Let me know. Cheers, Saad. So now all I have to do is basically change the name to the client's name and click save. They already have a great offer. And in terms of the company name, let me just read you guys through this. So company name is what? Given Tree Reality Group Inc. Let's read through the clean company name and what you should do. I got like choices, message, and it's going to be Given Tree. So there you go, guys. This is how normal human people talk. And then now with the next step, I'm just going to name this dream email. And the next step is going to be adding this to my campaign. So auto align this. And now I'm going to look for instantly. add lead to a campaign, and I'm going to go to my Instantly account. Instantly is basically a cold email software where you can automate your entire email sending at scale. I'm going to log in, and I'm just going to name this real estate campaign. Click continue. And then all I have to do now is basically go to my campaign ID, and I'm going to refresh this, and I'm going to find the campaign here. So real estate campaign. The lead email is going to be what? The email that we found. The first name is going to be, okay, so this is annoying. What I'm going to do is, it is definitely like is definitely worth the extra one up. And I'm going to look for tools, and it's going to be set multiple variables. So add this here. Variable 1 is going to be first name, and I'm going to paste this here. And then next variable is going to be last name. And instead now I'm just going to get the second one. Click save. I believe that's it. Yeah. So now get names. And then all I have to do is basically have the first name here. So hey, first name. And I'm going to click save. And then now I can basically just add in whatever I want. So first name, last name, company name is going to be choices, message, and it's going to be results. So content. Personalization is going to be the dream email. Click save. So now I don't have any leads, as you guys can see. So analytics leads, I have no leads. So all I have to do, right? So I'm going to click on run once, get the data, and then if company name, clean company name, get data, add lead to a campaign, go back to my analytics, go to leads. And as you guys can see, we have everything here. So if I go to personalization, click preview. So, hey, Mary, sorry for reaching out at the blue, but came across the condo for sale at blah, blah, blah. Now, let me try this at 50 limits, just because I love you guys and I want to waste my tokens. And click run once. So if broker name exists, we're going to finish second one, add in everything. So, all right, let me go to Instantly and add in all my leads. And then let me refresh this again. So I'm getting all the data here. And then here's everything that gets added. So cleaning the company name, blah, 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 add in leads instantly. Preview. Just wait while this is getting added. Or let me just refresh this for you guys. And then I'm going to go to personalization again. So, hey, Andrea, blah, blah, blah. So sorry for reaching out of the blue, but came across the house for sale at the address. Looks like a great opportunity, so figured I'd reach out. Let me know, Saad. And then there you go. Basically, the system is still pissing away my tokens. I'm going to stop this. Okay, so now we have a fully automated system that it took us 15 minutes to build. This is literally the easiest $2,000 that I've made in my entire life. So if I did it, you can do it too.